I think the philosophers have to work hand in hand with the neuroscientists and with the psychologists, because and this is my complaint about early modern philosophy, is it's not a very strong complaint, but that they were trying to do philosophy of mind and epistemology 300 years before we knew anything about neuroscience, and 300 years before we really knew anything about psychology. So it's a lot of failed experiments right along the way, or failed theories along the way. But the other thing, though, I would want to say is, as we go on to develop what I think will be a better understanding of the mind, both epistemologically and metaphysically, is that we stop turning virtues into vices, as I think of it. So to say, for example, that we have, and then you talk about the base level, the slap happens, or there's something moves low to the ground, and there's a direct, automated, something that you didn't think about, didn't feel about, connection to the spine, and your body reacts in a certain way. I want to say that's a good thing that has happened to human beings, that we have evolved certain automated physiological responses to certain kinds of sensory stimuli, rather than turning that into a vice, right, or a bad thing, and seeing that as, if the human being has certain automated reflexes in place, that means we have to go down the road of subjectivity, that we're not really responding to reality and so forth. Or if we say we have emotions, right, which we do have emotions, and I think emotions are positive. They certainly an important role in our evaluative structure, figuring into our overall understanding of the meaning of life. And we also know that sometimes we can use our emotions the wrong way, let them use us instead of using them. So emotions come with pitfalls. But rather than, as many early epistemologies have done, is said, well, we have emotions, and emotions are on the subject side of things. So
the enemy of reason.
That's right. And so, so they're irrational, and we turn something that is a very valuable tool in human psychology into the enemy of human psychology.
You see that a little bit. You see that a little bit with the evolutionary psychologists who claim that because we evolved for a substantial period of time on the African plains, that our emotional and motivational systems are no longer properly adapted to the modern world. It's like, I find that's a variant of the argument that you just laid out, and that it also has the echoes of that rationalist, some variants of rationalism, that proclamation that emotion is the enemy of reason. It's like, emotions are unbelievably sophisticated. They're low resolution and they're quick. They're not as quick as, say, spinal reflexes, but they're faster than thought. And they're also broader than thought. And they also enable us to evaluate when we don't have enough information to think. And they have their pitfalls like everything human, because nothing human is omniscient. And so we're going to make errors. But the idea that there's a fundamental antipathy between the emotional, the id, let's say, and the ego, that, because that's a variant of that psychoanalytic theory, that is a misunderstanding of the way that the nervous system is integrated.